and let's rock and roll. Everyone got their food and shit? Right, here's what we'll do. So, are we all still good at where we were up to the trumpets?
Quick refresher. Where are the two limit break groups? Limit cut groups, sorry.
So, split down the middle vertically, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 5, 6 are to the east, starting from north down to southeast. 3, 4, 7, 8 are on the west, and that is going from south up to northwest.
Yep, thank you.
And remember again, the roll of the middle, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The middle one goes off, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, as though the middle one wasn't there, just picking up where it left off. Yeah, so what we'll do then is we'll get to the start of phase 2 again. Hopefully it won't take too long, and then we'll actually start talking about phase 2. When we get there, we'll go over the initial stages, you know, positions for chakrams, maybe if we want to, a little bit about Nisi and Elemental Jammer, but you know, I'll take this one bit at a time, and hopefully, assuming we're consistent and we're good, by the end of today, we will be back to where we were, but we shall see. So, any questions? Alright. 30 seconds, then I'm starting the countdown.
Oh, we have countdowns for countdowns again.
No,
it's remove proc all over again, guys.
Window before I start the countdown, okay? So Roy had enough time to apply his fucking makeup. Yeah, we'll
just smear food in my face.
Yeah, that's makeup.
Countdown?
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'll try.
And he already forgot.
I'm glad everyone is so eager for once.
Alright, Roy, as we discussed.
Oh no, you have discussed things.
No.
Start.
Yep. Also late to the middle.
Say again?
The boss was late to the middle.
Oh, sorry. Did I delay half a GCD too long?
Yeah, I think both explosions hit you, Prim.
Yeah, no, because I was looking at Kiz's one, thinking, well, it seems the style one was a bit slower for her, so I thought I would push ahead by a little bit.
Well, it was late Apex side, so I was waiting to see what Apex did.
No, that's fine, that's fine. Just means I can't do that then, that's all. Big sad. Yeah, for real guys, like, bacon wrapped around hash browns, really fucking tasty. You should try it if you haven't.
Oh, you went almost say you had bacon.
Oh, it was so good. Like, the fucking flavour of the bacon seeps into the potato, so you get like bacon, but extra bacon flavour.
Nope.
Yeah, she was chopped. Let's go. Whoop.
Got him.
How you? Poking, repositioning.
Oh, visual thing.
I apologise. Just adjust as necessary, we should be okay. Now, can you move up a bit?
Yeah, okay.
Splash. Bottles into final wave. Now repositioning with the Oh my god.
DC. Not again.
Are you good now? Are you good now?
Yep, I'm good.
Alright. Alright, along liquid, along liquid. Come on, push on the liquid, hurry up. Alright, alright. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
You did it, guys.
Yeah, I think those couple of GCDs was just too much. Can I buy on my own terms, please, Cruise Chaser?
Oh. That might be because I changed something there. I read somewhere that I should get to 100 and then open Brute Justice with a double melee, so I didn't use it on the boss there at the end. However,
If you're gonna make changes, that's fine, but please inform your team, especially
Yeah.
if it might be a big change.
Boss,
Sorry.
boss a bit higher than normal.
yeah. So I'll drop a melee at the end there. Sorry.
No, if you want to reopen our Brute Justice, that's fine. We can deal with that, probably. Okay.
I don't think it matters too much.
No, like I said, the only issue with it is when you make a change like that could have consequences, but you don't tell people.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it would have big consequences.
Yeah, I mean, red makes doesn't deal damage, right? No, try holding it again and we'll see if it makes a difference. Just make sure you are pumping out that damage.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fact that you were DC for a GCD or two probably didn't help either.
Not really.
On that note, I'm curious at this change that you two have alluded to, Siegfried and Roy.
Don't worry.
It is a mitigation change.
Well, I'm not worried about it, I want to know. And it's my job to know.
No.
Time to go home. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That was super low, Jesus.
Yeah. I didn't kill it, but maybe someone's AoE'd on it.
Yeah, I'm always AoEing, they're upset.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't really,
No, I'm just surprised it was that low, like Christ.
I used my
Wondering
recon.
if
Everything.
you meant mine.
To be fair, I'm not used to having to look for one because I didn't think he'd be that close in the body middle.
Oh, is
No,
that how I should be doing it?
Huh?
Or should I not be pulling it to the middle? Or...
Yeah, you should.
You can't, I'm just used to seeing it there, so I'm not normally looking for it for that.
Okay.
The whole point, pull the boss through as behind.
And we don't have such like cats here.
At dawn we plan.
Ah, close target. Come on, big boy.
No.
Well, that's raw.
Got him.
Got you. Okay. Repositioning.
Researching the hand position.
Did you just go reposition your hand position?
How's your
Yeah.
I'm old, I can't talk.
Something like that. Hemorrhoids, right?
Hey, old man.
I'm gonna start calling this mechanic hemorrhoids. Splash!
Thing.
Fuck holes into last wave. Killy, get down. Really, get that fuck down. Okay, all on liquid. Yeah, we're good. Did you hold it as... Why is Siegfried dead?
Auto.
Damn it.
1 second.
Yeah, this one's a life anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why.
Well,
Yeah,
the boss was hitting him.
Like he died to.
Waffle, did you stop all the melee there as well?
Yeah, I managed to get it there. I just had to adjust some actions around myself. It's basically switching from AoE to
Like,
single
when low
target
it
at the
go-
right time.
Well, the reason he was so low was because the boss was hitting him because he's a tank.
Huh?
The reason he was so low, Roy, is because the boss was hitting him because he's a tank.
You're not being very helpful.
Well, imagine a healer saying, gosh, I can't imagine why he was so low.
Doesn't have
I-
a point now. Basically. Well, that it was. Well,
Roy, don't forget, depending on server ticks, the bosses can sneaky autos during proteins.
yeah, but there's just life for them.
The autos can hit for almost 40k, so...
And...
There's something I could do, but that has ramifications for phase 2.
I don't do. Try to fix.
Alright.
Position go there.
Yeah, I didn't think he we got the
No.
awful thing front one kid. Sorry, I did try to like get my AoE off without turning in, but it was a bit difficult.
It's fine.
Nope.
Just getting up on the spot!
What happened?
No!
I was attacked by 2 luminous etheroplasms. I'm confused how this happened. I died about... Second place in marker, yeah?
Are you melee range?
No.
In the first one, they don't move yet, so you must have been close to your one then.
Sorry.
Don't forget do this. And again, I'm gonna sound like a stock record, but I will repeat it. The exhausts also are based on the server tick as well, so I wouldn't trust them to be reliable for when they're gonna go off.
That's his.
This all felt pretty exhausting.
Try to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Whenever you're dealing with something that's life and death and it involves a server tick, you always assume the worst case scenario.
I mean, the worst case scenario is death.
Well, as in you assume it will go off the exact point that you don't want it to, and you account for that.
I wasn't playing it like close or risky or anything.
It's okay, but don't just decided you die, and you die.
Welcome to B1.
Yeah, it's such excitement, isn't it?
This. Suppose it started to get to you as well, Chris.
Oh yeah.
For the glory of those.
I hate having to target with a mouse
No.
as well.
Killy, get the fuck down. Are you doing this bullshit?
Cat aggro.
When the cat steals aggro. Interesting.
I think the
It went off
kitty,
in the middle. It went off in the middle and it hit you with my dog.
Oh my god.
I can't believe the cat is holding up rock.
I don't know
Is
if
this
it's
my
the
issue?
cat's fault.
Basically, because you guys told Waffle, this is not your fault. I'm gonna clarify this when I say this, right? Because you guys have asked to pull it into the middle, right? The position when I am running to Nye means that like if the exhaust choose to go off, you remember that problem I was having with Ori and Nye's? Well, because of where you guys have told her to pull the dog, it's now created that same problem between hers and Nye's.
Well, it shouldn't, because by the time the door explodes, the boss should have already passed the mid.
In this case, they weren't, and that timing was the same movement timing as always.
Maybe I just need to pull it more closer to the boss, sorry.
The thing
It
is,
could
do that.
even when the doll is being fed, it can explode.
Yeah, it can do that, Roy. It's a server tech.
I mean,
it can do this.
It can do that, but it can't be fed any later. So
But saying it shouldn't be a problem because of that is just not true. Because
Just pull the boss more. Ball more.
Okay, I'll do that.
Like on this other side of the.
please don't pull it more towards Nye. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, sorry, the reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to avoid Kiz. But if there's no risk there, then...
like the door wouldn't be a problem having close to kids.
Alright, nice.
Our heal is trying to ruin our plan. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing we did last time.
Yes.
Everything was peaceful, everything worked out perfectly.
until the second doll showed up in my path. I mean,
I'm just side-eyeing it, clever girl.
I want to point out that one was so close that it fucking hit Nye as well, and he was in the spot he was supposed to be at. He literally can't be anywhere else.
Yeah, because the door wasn't fit. That is the problem.
It was pulling the boss, I don't know what you want me to do. He decides how he wants to move.
Make the game have better servitude.
Not
Better
with that
yet,
one.
no server.
No.
Again, I can't go any sooner, because if I do, that creates problems for kids.
Okay, so there shouldn't be a problem if I do this. Okay, nice.
Got him.
Yeah, it was my bad then.
Okay. Splash. Foxholes into final wave. on liquid now. Heal him. Heal him.
Heal.
To the middle, eyes on north, check your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
What?
I got too far forward.
Yeah, and then you didn't move back either.
Only at time.
That's great. I love it. I mean, Roy, you should have seen it coming. We had deaths.
I know. I should have seen it coming.
Is the feeding timing of the third and fourth doll consistent?
It is perfect. The feeding timing of the third and fourth, don't change it.
It's my
Okay.
It's my Heart of Light and Rampart timing fine.
Oh, what?
Oh my god. Why do you think he was listening to you and I've been
I just heard Lion Rampart, so I'm really confused.
Rampart timing, you fucking illiterate prick. Good.
Are you still doing it late?
Yes.
Then it's good, yes.
And
And the answer to the question is discrimination.
apparently.
No.
Let's go.
Got him.
Brilliant. We pushed that up ahead of GCD, I've noticed. Poking, repositioning.
Just accounting for some ambulance fuckery.
Okay. No, sorry, I mean you pushed it back a GCD because that was a sooner. Oh, normally I can get 2 GCDs off. Splash. Yeah, it's not a problem. I just couldn't help but notice. Bottles into the last wave. Maybe I'll start pulling for it in wave hemorrhoids. All on liquid. To the middle, eyes on A, check your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the middle. Go, 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 go. Yeah, we did it! Don't overlap, folks. Say I'm the one in the wrong fucking spot. Oh wait, no, I was in the right spot. Oh, well, it doesn't matter anyway, we're going to wide, but we may as well try and do chapters, right? Go. Siegfried, how you doing?
You're dead.
Kaput.
Oh! I just learned something interesting though. Turns out the elemental jammer, at least the title, the wave one, punishing wave, it goes through impulse.
Nice.
That's interesting. This actually makes sense, so you can't cheese it with a tank.
Yeah.
Good, we got that. Good job. And that was also a clean transition as well.
Hey.
Right. You guys ready for a half an hour conversation?
I'm familiar with what the mechanics are. I'm not familiar with how you resolve them, basically.
So yeah, half an hour conversation.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It happened. To be honest, the whole thing could do with the refresher. So first things first, I'm doing my heart by going to the middle. Everyone goes to the middle for heals, because, you know, Brute Justice is going to come down and he's fucking going to drop kick our asses with J-Kick. And then after that, we all have a position around the middle to start with for when Judgment Nisi goes out. Let's go over our positions again. We'll, let's say waymark. There's a waymark for it. I'll pull one down. So one is the middle. So what I imagine one is the middle of the arena. So I'm at north. Everyone else go to your spots. You can stand on the side for now, Waffle. Don't worry.
I'll be there in a sec. Just give me a sec.
Siegfried, your spot's not north. Your spot is south. Remember.
No, that's wrong.
Why is that wrong?
See? That's not south.
That's not south.
No, like, literally, I am not south, not ever.
Why aren't wait. You're starting.
See?
Why isn't your starting middle position south? It should be.
Okay, wait, what mechanic are you talking about?
Let's go into phase 2 for when Nisi goes out, where we start before we spread with chakrams.
Our clock position, Siegfried.
Yeah.
You know, you're south.
Siegfried, this is not Protean Wave. This is phase 2.
Yeah, I was like dead sure I was at A for that mechanic.
No, phase 2, Siegfried. Phase 2, the one is the middle of the arena. Go to your spot. There you go. Alright, Waffle, you should be able... Waffle, you should be able to... Your spot is ignore the dead. No, that's part of a tank plan. Don't worry about that.
Is it here?
Yeah.
No,
It's
that's
basically it's free making a sacrifice, so I get to actually have fun in phase 2 and take both bosses. It's something like that.
Alright. So I want to be on northeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in case you haven't figured out yet, Waffle, because I'm tanking Brute Justice, you're on Brute Justice as well.
Does that mean I need to hit only Brute Justice?
Yes, we're not keeping them in the middle.
Okay.
They're in the middle at the start, so you can AoE at the start, but we won't be staying there, don't worry. So, the reason why we're spread around the middle like this is so for when Nisi goes out,
We don't overlap. Yeah.
we're not over, of course. Obviously,
That makes sense.
obviously, Cruise Chaser is going to whirlwind at the start, and before you ask, no, Ari already has that covered with Adel, I believe. You don't have that covered with Adel, right?
Adel I'm using in phase 2 only on the whirlwinds after the shield.
So where could we put Waffle's Adel then? That's a good question, right?
Probably on the thunder and lightning since she's on brute anyway.
Oh yeah, when were the exact timings of that? Does it have to be done before the boss replied, or is it just before they resolve?
About 3 seconds before they resolve.
There you go then. You got good use for Adel now then.
Nice.
Okay, right, so, alright, first things first, so yeah, when chakrams go out, Waffle, we're going to, obviously, you look where the chakrams are, you know they're always opposite each other.
Yep.
Right? But besides that, though, there's no real bearing, so like, they can be at north or south, east and west, fucking southeast to northwest, you get the idea. The only rule is that they're opposite each other. Oh, and don't let them hit you, because that would be pretty bad.
Yeah, that can't be good.
So generally what we do to avoid overlap is based on our rough positions, besides the healers, they have their own way of doing it. In our case, we're going to run up to north, and since you're attacking Brute Justice, you're going to want to do that anyway.
Alright.
And obviously, depending on where the chakrams are, don't be afraid if you're after more towards one particular side. Again, the only rule is you don't overlap with anyone, and obviously don't get hit by a chakram.
Yep.
And then as soon as the chakrams rush across, you bolt it back to the middle because the Hawk missiles from Cruise Chaser have just gone out. And also we go to exactly like we are now in the middle as well, with the exception being that Morb is going to be dead center. That belongs to him. So he can cure Freos for the raid-wide photon that's going to go out.
Yep.
And that is essentially the opening for phase 2.
It's all making sense to me.
Right, okay, so do we get that down first, or should we talk about Nisi and Elemental Gamma? What do you guys think? My whole fucking team go AFK on me or something?
Huh?
I mean, we can try to get that one down first.
Waffle, what would you like? Do you want to go over? Do you want to get that done clean first and then go over Elemental Jammer and Nisi, or do you want to talk about Nisi and Elemental Jammer first? Because there's more to talk about with those.
I mean, so far it just sounds like stay in, go out, go back in. So my mind's not overloaded. We can keep going.
Okay, all right. Okay, so around the time this happens, the first Elemental Jammer is going to go out, which is Water and Thunder. Now, the one that you are going to want to mainly only think about is in regards to Lightning, because you're going to be part of the Lightning setup because you count as the melee for our half of the arena with Brute Justice. So here's how the priority works, right? Here's what you check. If you have a Lightning, if you are the first Lightning, right? Then when that is due to pass, you pass that to me, right? And then from that point on, then Kiz, if you remember, for the next Lightning pass, I need you to come to me because I'm going to pass it to you. And what was the step after that? You pass it to Siegfried, right?
Yeah.
Is that the final step? Yeah. Now, if you are not the first Lightning Waffle, then it works in reverse, right? In that essentially what happens then is if Kiz was the first Lightning instead, she will still pass it to me. We're keeping it static so that I will always be the first tank to receive Lightning.
Okay.
Right? So she will pass it to me, and then for the second one I will pass it to you, and you will then have to go and pass it over to Siegfried. You got that so far?
Okay, so Lightning is only handled between two players. Alright. Okay, yeah. Where do we handle it?
Basically, you want to just stand a decent range to me. It has a bigger splash than it looks. So, like, say for example, like, if I'm standing here, right?
Yeah.
Right. Come closer to me. All right. So, like, I would say the max distance is probably about this.
Did you say for people to stay on Brute Justice's ass or something?
No, not the ass. What I always recommended was go it to the middle of his headbox if you're not sure.
Alright.
Yeah. In your case, though, you'll have a lot of freedom where you are. So
Yeah, I can just stand on top of you, right?
yes, just don't actually touch me.
Okay.
You know what happened this one time with Kiz? Yeah, Kiz, I'm going to tell it. Right? So she had to come pass it to me for the second one, right? Happened was she was very eager to bring it to me to the point that she got super close and I freaked out and I was like, no, go away. And then she ran away and took the Lightning alone.
It was the first time I'd had it, so.
So when we're hit by Photon, Waffle, what you need to look for is to see if you have Lightning or not.
What if I have water?
We will never have water. The first water will always be on one of the two healers.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
So I don't need to care about that?
I don't believe so. Do we? No, yes. We have Melees are never involved in the water stats.
Poggers.
Yeah. Now, what was the other variation where either Ari or Nai had it? Was it just that they just replaced whoever they're on? So if you had it, Nai, you pass it to me, and then I pass it to Waffle, and it's the same shit.
I know.
You
I
mean
only
water
know
or
that
lightning?
If Waffle was first Lightning.
Yeah.
If I had the light,
Yeah, it's the same logic. It's the same logic. The way it resolves is the same. It's just the way it begins. It's just depending on who gets it. So if you have it now, you pass it to me. Same if Corey has it, he passes it to me.
Yeah.
I will always pass it to Waffle. The only time, basically, Waffle, to put it simply, you'll either be part of either the first.
I'm always the third unless I'm the first. I got it.
Yes. You put that into words a lot better than I was going to.
Chrome,
It's
what
okay.
you meant, or what you were asking about is if I have lightning, then Ari replaces me with a healer stack.
Yeah, but that's in regards to water, and I was just talking
Yes.
about lightning. Yeah.
That's why I wasn't sure if you meant that or you wanted something.
Right. And for the most part, Waffle, the only other thing you actually have to do, from what we have done so far, is regards to enumeration. So when hidden mines go out, through justice, shortly after that, enumeration. Now the enumerations are always 2 groups of 3 players, and they will be met with 2 DPS and 1 healer for each group. Now, in your case, so can you guys show me again using markers or whatever where you were actually meeting for the enumerations? Because I was under the impression you were doing it near the middle of the arena, but then that I apparently was wrong.
Someone else did it. I'm trying to unpack a.
We can hear.
I think one is like sent like towards the middle to the south and the other to the north.
I'll just put the markers down after I'm done.
Jesus Christ, Roy, what the hell are you doing?
Like I said, I'm unpacking.
Are you unpacking a new household appliance?
No,
So
it's a
I
bag.
don't have to bait any mines, correct? I just have to do the enumeration.
It's to the cruise space group.
Okay, so basically, let me get my market.
My healer again, it's you, right, Roy?
Oh yeah, I'm your healer.
So if you imagine the enumerations as healer centric, they're not. They can be on either a healer or a DPS.
No, they're
If you
always on
imagine-
DPS.
Always on DPS, but if you imagine it defined by healer, the enumeration you always want to be in Waffle is the same one as Roy. The only 2 players who make adjustments are Ari and Nai. They actually get to do the most work, mechanically speaking, in phase 2.
Alright, so I should rush to Roy.
Yeah, more or
Don't
less.
touch me though, because we'll
Don't
die.
touch you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. No, we can't actually.
So that's
Good
pretty
life.
interesting. It's a stack, but we can't touch.
Yes.
Right.
It's a big ring with 3 orbs, so you'll see it. Don't worry.
It's
Okay,
around
good.
this area.
Alright, it's south edge.
We are on 1.
Yeah, I'm on the
Roy's good. Again,
Spanish one.
and this time the arena is split horizontally down the middle, so
Oh,
we're always
yeah.
north side of the arena. That belongs to us.
Okay. I've got it. Yeah.
Water tornadoes are handled strictly east and west, respectively.
Alright. Oh, I think I've got a good.
Yeah,
Oh,
Healers don't have too big of a role in phase 2.
yeah, there seems to be a lot of stuff I can just ignore here, which is quite nice. So,
You say that, but that's actually why phase 2 is a little disappointing, because it's really easy to control, because a lot of the stuff is really static.
yeah.
Now we're about the Nisi Pass at this.
Oh yes, basically yes, the partner. So the way Nisi's work, Waffle, and again, I thought this was going to be really cool, but again, it's too easy to control. When Judgment Nisi first goes out, it will either be on tanks and healers or on all DPS. It's one or the other. It's never a mix and match. And it is a partner system. So if you basically you and me are partners, Waffle. Yes. Yeah. So if I get Nisi first, I will pass it to you, and then you'll pass it back to me.
Alright, and the first pass happens before Photon, the second pass happens after enumeration.
The first pass, you don't have to do it before Photon, you can pass it around the same time as Photon, and that's fine.
Okay.
Which is perfect because we're all around the middle anyway.
Alright, nice.
Yeah.
If you don't want XP, you swap.
In regards to the timings for the Elemental Jammers and the second passes, I'll need to refresh my memory on that. I had it down to a cinch, but then, you know, we kind of took a month off. But more or less, this is basically it for phase 2. The other shit was in regards to the Plasma Shield, which once again, we're testing to see if it's enough for only Ori and Night to handle. We're not sure yet, we haven't seen.
Alright. Well, if not, it's obviously not too much of a problem for a red mage to drop onto it, I think.
The only, if I remember, guys, one of the last things we managed to discover was that Plasma Shield, rather than him jumping, it was whichever way. Was it whichever way Cruise Chaser was facing at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, it was wherever Cruise Chaser is facing.
So if Siegfried, when he knows the plasma shield is coming, turns him to face the middle, that makes it a lot easier for you two, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, Siegfried, and the last thing I'll mention then is for Siegfried, Morb, and Roy, do you guys want to quickly do a refresher on the plan you had for dealing with the hidden mines?
So, the plan with the hidden line. Trying. There we go. On a serious note, I have an essential for him, and I'm also using Sinistry.
If I remember Siegfried as well, didn't we have an idea for maybe a reprisal adjustment of yours, rather than using it on the whirlwind? Something to do with the mines?
We talked about that towards like the very end of our then prog. Personally, after having seen the mechanic a few times, I do not think it's needed.
Okay, so you want to just keep on the whirlwind then?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. As for me, so basically, so this means then we'll always have a reprisal and an add-on for the whirlwinds, and we'll always have at least. That's a good question actually, because we're probably only gonna be able to just about get one reprisal, maybe two reprisals, but definitely one add-on for Elemental Jammer. So which ones did you guys want it on?
First is fine. Maybe the second?
Of the second Elemental Jammer.
Yes. Now I would say second, specifically because you're not comfortable with that yet.
Okay, otherwise, are we still all good? Do we need any refreshers from mitigation and healing plan when it comes to the tornado explosions?
You know, explode.
The water stacks is what I meant to say.
Oh, the water stack, that's what I'm talking about. The Elemental Jammer is the water stack.
I know it is, Roy. I'm saying is, not counting add-on reprisal, the actual other healing and mitigation plans we had for dealing with the three of them. Are we still good on those? Do we need to go over that again?
Go over it. Pressure from.
Well, obviously I'm using my Heart of Light in the beginning for Root Justice. Siegfried had a well-timed Dark Missionary, which I'm assuming he still remembers.
That's when I move in from dodging the cleave.
Okay, so, alright, so we'll have Missionary for the first one then. Nye, were you dropping Tactician for the first one?
I was using my Troubadour for the second water stack, roughly around the time, when the mines are popped and we're taking the damage.
Morb, where's your Temperance in all of this? Imagine my White Mage communicating with me.
He's thinking.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I believe it's for the...
Enumeration doesn't really deal damage though, does it?
Does.
Does it? Is it notable damage?
Yeah.
Because there was also some passage coming.
Yeah.
At this time,
It's the mines. It's the hidden mines, yeah.
and it did not.
I suppose if you time the Temperance right, you could have it last for one of the water stacks and the hidden mines.
Probably. We can pop it for the second water set.
Yeah, probably. If you do it, I guess if you drop Temperance around the time the hidden mines go out, that'll probably do it.
Yeah, sure.
Roy, what about you? What's your plan?
Collective on the third, collective on the first.
What about the second then? Are you shielding for it, or...?
Yes, I'm shielding for every water stack.
Okay, I'm just checking. I just want to make sure we're all clear on what we're doing. That's all. Oh, and lastly, Roy, do you want me to hold my mitigation and use them for the lightning jammers, or do you want me to leave mitigation for autos? What's preferable?
I would say lightning jammers with spike damage.
Okay, I'll probably do one for each one then and spread it out.
Yeah.
Because ideally, I want to hold Nebula for double rocket punch at the end, which we haven't seen yet.
And plus, camouflage also catches some on.
Yeah.
Just use it.
We had Rampart running to stabilize my health early in the fight.
Yeah,
When
'cause
was
Chris-
that exactly?
When did you pop Rampart? Was it when we went back to the middle for Photon?
Yeah, I think around that time, or shortly after.
Yeah, because again, as a reminder, Cruise Chaser does hit harder than Brute Justice. Okay, are we good then?
I still have questions.
Oh, go on.
First question. Is the second water stack before or after enumeration?
After the night.
Okay. And another question is, where were we positioning our water stacks again? The
So,
first one was east and the two others were west?
Exactly, like the one who has the water stack. Lights? Exactly. On east and west.
Okay,
first one-
first west, second, third is
Yeah.
first east, second, and third is west.
We
Yes.
freeze the first one. I blow up the second one with Brute Justice, and the third one will assuming that everything is done correctly, will naturally disappear anyway. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's give this a shot then, guys. Let's get that memory back for traffic management. Focus target, the appendage. Oh, I mean, it is an appendage when you think about it.
No?
Yeah, that's why.
Why did he die?
He got targeted by one of the baited tornado tips. Alright?
I was in the same spot as always.
But Siegfried wasn't close to it, I saw where his body was. Did you move close to it for a split second, Siegfried?
Yeah, but I wasn't hugging the edge of it. Like, compared to the position where my body was lying, I was maybe half a step closer than that for a brief moment.
Protein
And then I
waves are,
adjusted.
protein waves are totally reliable.
Like, I don't know where Ari is standing, but if he is, like, hugging the puddle, then that shouldn't have happened.
Once again, protein waves are totally reliable.
It's like everything in phase 1.
He's fucking lucky. He almost fucking hit me. I think I got sprinkles on my ass cheeks.
It's okay. T finds a way.
Alright.
Just bear with it, folks. Bear with it.
I've just accepted it.
I'm
Least
just.
janky ultimate in the game, by the way.
Don't worry. I'm working my way back up into the fan fiction. I just want us to get back to where we were.
You're getting a good collection.
And I'm giving our newbie a window.
Oh, the fanfiction.
You'll get the fan fiction later, and you'll like it.
No.
It is go time. Yeah,
Oh, that was Frank.
Got him.
yeah, that was good time in Waffle if you can like make that consistent. Okay, repositioning. Splash. Squirtles into last wave. Okay, all on liquid, all on liquid.
Oh god.
I think we fucked up.
Sorry. Yeah, I got myself confused there.
No, leave me alone, Waterman. Pepsi Man, no.
What happened?
I'm gonna go with no on that one, Waffle.
What happened? What happened? What happened during hemorrhoids?
I think our HP reached
Clearly.
that position.
Because I ended up. I got delayed in my rotation. It just threw me all out.
How'd you get delayed in your rotation?
It's the OCG. It's not the main rotation.
Pepsi Man.
I think fucking up my rotation at the start just things were a little out of spot.
Might be a good idea to not do that.
Check my rotation.
I like to think in my heart that everybody's sharing this tank possible. Please take it down. Focus target the
No.
let's go. Oh, careful, Piers. Yeah, I saw that. Look how low it was with that high jump. I'm assuming you high jumped at the exact same time the apex went up.
Yeah, I thought Apex had already gone.
Was that a late apex now?
It was a late Apex because the edge was.
Yeah. Remember, kids, it's always based on its
Yeah,
position.
I know. I hold that away, and then I thought it'd gone. And then all of a sudden.
Remember, check your doll's HP, folks, based on your GCDs.
What is it?
Is that some kind of food additive?
Probably.
Also, is that actually a legit question?
What do you think?
I can never tell with you, right? That's the thing.
Honestly, GCD sounds like some kind of STD.
That's a fair argument. Focus target on the secondary box. I'm really trying here, guys. There's only so many ways I can say that.
I don't even focus target it because I spend most of the phase on it. So.
Use a focus.
Nope.
Last roll.
Bottom.
Not yet. Smoking, repositioning. Splash. Bottles until last wave. Okay, all on liquid. Oh shit. shit.
How did both of them?
Yeah, I'm going.
So, I think
Yeah,
someone
you
at
got
least. I suddenly had puddle on me.
Yeah, I was just like, one of those was mine or Zeke's, so I don't know how you ended up with it, Aaron.
Yeah, I saw Zeke that close, and suddenly there was an orange puddle beneath me.
Probably because the game registered him as dead at that point, and then it did the sluice afterwards.
No, we died on the protein wave afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know, then I can't tell you.
Basically, he baited Ari's protein, and Ari got like the.
Watch that plunge timing, buddy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's TMI.
I'm leaving. Ow. Loving it.
I need more procs. I need more procs.
I'm just glad I have my channel set for mature
Come back.
audiences.
The targeting, that is.
I do not know what I'm about.
No.
Maybe bare bones basic, but I need to put that setting on.
Let us go, Siegfried.
Kill him.
I have shot you, Siegfried. Your dog is ready, Nyla. Provoking, Siegfried. Repositioning the boss. Rating.
Happy. Such a clear copy.
Babes.
Just talking like a call center agent, saying the name like every 3 seconds.
Splash, everyone. Go with the mobs. Implication is... the mob is kind of the important one you want to be close to enough. Like, he's kind of using pure 3, so yeah.
Only kinda.
Balls, Mob, and Roy.
I mean, also me.
A little bit... No. Alright, all on liquid. All on the living liquid. Ooh. Oh, I should as well cartridge that up. Oh, go! Ooh! Made it. In the middle, eyes on A, check your numbers. 1. Waffle, talk about this.
Oh.
Sorry, I was
Oh.
trying to get out the gear.
Hey,
so I could
four.
see myself.
You know
Yeah,
what?
let me see
You
four
know what,
then.
kids? You know what, kids? Forget it, let's just die.
I'm sorry, I just struggled to read it with all the numbers overlapping.
A little pro tip to that we used to do for Grand.Pet. Jump up and down.
Jump.
Yeah, it's a good tip.
That's also why I try and stand at the edge of the group as well.
Yeah, I do the same, yeah. I try to stand on the
I go
north
to an
edge.
edge where I can see
Yeah.
clearly and jump.
Well, I like to stand on the edge of the ring myself.
Which
Jump
is,
in, but you
is
can't
that
see
ring in
jumping.
is that ring in the middle?
Yeah.
Around here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tiny gold donut in the middle, yeah.
Okay.
But no, yeah, jumping does help. It was really good way for people with Octet as well.
Alright. Sorry.
It wasn't just you wrong, Waffle, because I was like, where was number 4?
It was like,
That was me.
Yeah, she was number 4 and Siegfried was on the wrong side, I believe.
I was number 4.
Where were
Because,
you?
like, the whole party went the north side. I was just like, might as well just go the other way.
With the whole
Wow.
thing on where we were supposed to go, right? Add an extra bar for the hammer. Like, you're still supposed to go the right way, Roy. You're not supposed to be a peer pressure ship.
I know. But I already
The whole
saw it
group
was
went
not gonna
correctly,
work, so
it's
I
not
just
like
gave
the
up.
group didn't know where it's
No.
what's supposed.
Like, if it's already, like, dead, then might as well just make...
To be fair, if she was number 8, it could have been salvaged, maybe. We
Yeah,
wouldn't
but she
know.
wasn't number 8.
She wasn't because I was number 8. Let's go. Lights out.
Got him.
Okay then, Mike.
Yeah, it's super.
Repositioning. Boring mechanic time. Mealy's in. Mealy's out. Everyone get behind. Time to do mitigation stuff. You know what? I'm gonna have a good think about what kind of shit I can do for material. Because I feel like I'm just making it worse. Bottles. Okay, all on liquid, all on liquid, all on liquid. To the middle. Eyes on A, check your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you forgot something I mentioned before, Waffle.
Was that me? Sorry. What was that?
Yeah, we're number 1.
Yeah, I was number 1. What did I do wrong there?
Like, you were way too far behind.
Also, you...
Way too far behind.
Oh, yeah.
The one that you well, you don't have to. Highly recommend if you're number 1, you sprint.
Alright.
Basically,
Change the explosion.
what happens, right? Let's say is here, right, White Waffle?
Yeah.
You want to be here. You always want in 1 behind, because if you're 2 behind, which you were in this case, right, nothing will happen to you, but your partner, your partner behind you will die, because when they get charged, the missile will catch up to them and kill them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I survived that somehow. I don't know how, but I survived it.
I think we dodged it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've never had the blue before. So,
The blue.
I've only had red.
That was the first time for everything.
That's some RNG.
She got blue pilled.
It's the second time you've had it. The very first time we reached there, you had number 1.
Oh, yeah, true.
I don't remember that, sorry.
I remember that because it was just like, oh, you got the worst number. You didn't have a clue what to do. So I was like number 2. He's just like, yeah, we're screwed.
I had faith. My faith was wrong. That's what I get for trusting in movies.
How dare you?
I didn't trust you.
Put a focus target on the ad that will now spawn. Yes.
Yeah,
I think, like, living liquid could be hand.
I think his chicks are like literally.
Wanna imagine that, to be
No.
fair.
I think it's like his gay partner, and it's literally he just had a fist up there, you know, and he just shits him. In a way, when you think about it, let's go. That in a way, this entire phase, like between the hand and you know, more than and like expect.
I'm making it worse, please
I
stop.
feel like someone missed an embolus.
Oh.
Oh,
I feel someone didn't miss in it.
That
they didn't know first time.
There is a way to tell who got hit by the envelope. Remember.
is that.
Yeah, it's the first person to die.
Ah.
It's also the fact that we've only started having embolus wipes again since you came into the thing. Hey.
Press that
Why
down.
are you being so mean?
It was not me!
But you know what? Wait, really? It wasn't you?
No!
Who the fuck was it then?
Zeke, according to the log?
Yeah, it was either... It was either Zeke, or he was the person closest to the boss and the boss touched us.
Do we need to have a chat, brother?
No, it looked pretty
You
sure
could
it was
sti-
supposed
I
to
mean,
be
you could still blame Fappy for that.
How?
Fine, the same angled movement I always do. I literally go along fine, for God's sake.
let's take a little look-see.
Sure.
There's a 0% chance it was me. Like,
So who's streaming?
I am.
Yeah, his... Hang on, I'll check my footage.
I mean, Roy is also streaming a BoBu RoSu
Yes.
stream.
This is the Bob Ross stream, you know?
Say proper.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you see much on mine because of the way my camera's angled because I'm come behind you.
Let's see if mine saved properly. It did not, so I can't check, sorry.
So, boss is about to be dragged back to the middle. Yeah, it is. What the fuck happened? A little bit further.